you do. I mean, in my particular role, there's a lot happening. There's a lot of different things that are critical. Some of which, if I don't do, there is no upper hand, right? Like if you don't raise money at the right time, or we don't hit certain, growth metrics. If our charts aren't at least showing up into the right, even remotely, right, it makes it hard to raise money. So there's all these things that have to take place. But at the end of the day, employees don't care. Like they're just expecting that to happen, and it does make it difficult as a leader or manager to make sure you are always in the trenches. So I think it's a good reminder that sometimes, whether it's putting a notice on your calendar, and I need to do it more often, but just getting out there and doing, just being a manager every now and then, just be the coach that they need, not the person sitting up in the press box. Don't be the Charlie Weiss in the press box, mentality.
Yeah.
Get down on the
Yeah.
field, and be with your team.
I love what you just said too. When you get back to that accountability, right? Working for a big company, working for a Sears, a CEB, and the accountability that you've got to deliver results, and getting that early enough in your career of understanding that no one really cares about excuses in business. I think you just said something fascinating. As a small business owner, you're now held accountable by your employees, because they're paying a mortgage and they need groceries, and no one's going to care if you stand up in front of them and say, hey, look, I wasn't able to convince investors to give us this next round of financing, or, sorry, I made a really poor choice in doing this big software project that's added no value to our company, and now I can't afford employees. Like, they don't care about any of your excuses.
Yeah,
they're holding you accountable. They expect that you're running a company. You were smart enough to hire me. So you are, I'm counting on you to run this business right.
Yeah. I couldn't have thought of it better myself. And I think they probably hold me even more accountable than, you would think. I mean, it's like, man, I'm expecting this, but I also want this, I also want the nice desk. I also want the good computer, and it's a competitive work environment. So you got to deliver. So that's an excellent way to put it. I mean, and you don't want to let them down, right? I mean, I've always been that way. Like, the last thing you want to do is let a teammate down. So they definitely hold you accountable, and they let you know when you've not done your job.
Yeah. I mean, my kids expect when they come home from school that there's electricity on in the house, and our house is still there.
Yeah.
And that we both still have cars to take them around, and they're going to get to their practice on time. Right. And that's not a lot different than being a manager. There are just certain expectations an employee has of an owner that you're doing, right? Like, it would